Hey, vinyl community, Jeff here. I am back with Metalhead unboxing. All right, this is the December Metalhead box, and yes, it's late. They, lots of things tie things up in the mail and all that, and things getting to them. But anyway, this is actually my final Metalhead box. Now, when you subscribe, you're on an automatic PayPal thing, and it lasts for a year. So this would be, I've had more than 12, but because I had originally subscribed and then I canceled it and resubscribed to change the date that the money was coming out, so my 12 months expired. At this point, I did not renew, mainly because I'm trying to start, New Year's resolution. I don't know, be a little more frugal, be more intentional with my buys. I mean, I went nuts and bought so much at the end of the year, crazy with the sales and stuff, and so starting to feel the pinch. Just decided to try to be more intentional with what I buy, like I said. So I'm going to stop with the random stuff for a while. I'll probably end up missing it just because it's a nice way to find new bands. Again, if you're not familiar with the Metalhead Box, it is a subscription where they send you, based on what you sign up with. I sign up for the 2 vinyl edition. They have CDs, they have cassettes, they have, you can get with and without t-shirts. I didn't do the t-shirts. Most of the bands that they do focus on, that they do promote, that most of the t-shirts and extras tend to be more of an extreme metal, which is not really my category, so that's why I don't go with the t-shirts and stuff. Now, I have watched one of the videos from somebody. I used to in the past watch unboxing videos, but you kind of want to unbox it yourself. But I did watch Jason over at Low Noise Jason Skills, only because his popped up, and I was like, yeah, let's take a watch. He's in Canada. The box comes from Canada, so he got his days before I got mine. And he does have, he usually gets like the death metal package or whatever. So I figured the music's not going to be the same. I saw the extras that are in here. I couldn't identify the bands any more than he could when it comes to some of that. So anyway, it'll be. So what I'm going to do, as usual, is we're going to take a look at what's in here. Pause. I'm going to give a little background on the bands from what I can find online, and then pause, listen, and come back. So, all right, jumping right in. We got this extra, which is one of these flag type banner little things. Nunslaughter. Not familiar with the band. Again, it's probably, you can tell it's obviously more of an extreme metal, and I'm not as much into or know much about the bands that are, black metal, death metal, all of that type of stuff, what people consider to be, extreme metal today. So, not sure who that is. This one, again, he couldn't identify it. I never did look back at his notes to see if somebody came up with with who it is. But these tend to be little enamel pins that are iconic in some way, either an album cover art or a logo by a band. And there's been a few that I've identified. You can see, maybe I have some of them all over my board back here. There's various ones from the past. Yeah, it looks like some kind of a ram skull or whatever, goat skull, ram with the horns, in a mountainside or something. Anyway, somebody can tell me, or I'll try to look it up, but maybe somebody could mention that they know what album cover that's from, or what is the iconic notice about that. All right. There's probably some other other things in the bottom, but we're already at the vinyl now, so we're going to jump into this. And again, these tend to be bands that I am not familiar with. Okay, now this one was one that that Jason got in his. So the only thing he told me is that he was listening to the stuff and it was really nice and doomy and stuff like that. Swedish heavy metal doom classic from 1985. So that, that's right up my alley. Doom in the 80s is different than what a lot of people listen to today, doom. And I like the earlier doom where it's just kind of like sludgy, but the vocals they tend to be more decipherable. Nowadays, when you say doom, it just seems like a lot of the doom bands today are more of a death doom, atmospheric dark doom, and they tend to have the growls and the guttural sounds and just the, whatever. I like the Trouble and Tyrant and some of those bands that are more melodic in their vocal styles, but just doom when it comes to that. So with Messiah of Candlemas fame on vocals. Ah, early pre-Candlemass, I guess. All right, I am interested in that. Let's take a look and see. Is there anything special? 7 songs. Nuclear War Now Productions. And it is black. Sometimes there's color variants and stuff. Yeah, okay. I'm always up for learning and getting into some new Doom, so we're excited to try that. The Lesser Key of Solomon. Oh, A Sound of Thunder. The Lesser Key of Solomon. Okay. What was it? Maybe 2 months ago? Sound of Thunder. That was included in the Metalhead box. First time I'd heard the band. Female-fronted, melodic, power metal, symphonic, all kinds of fun stuff. Here's another one by him. So that one also included like a slip mat and stickers and all that stuff. Mad Neptune Records. What is the year on this? 2014. I think the one that I had before was a little more recent. So now I've got 2 in my collection, still in the shrink, but it is open because I pulled the album out, which is always nice to not ship it with it in the shrink. So yeah, they were, like I said, straightforward power metal, melodic, lots of double bass, lots of fun stuff. Symphonic. The last one was a definite symphonic. Oh, it's a double records. Look at that. Double record. I can see its color. I don't believe this is one that Jason got, so this is different. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. It's kind of a purplish. Definitely purplish. I'm sure there's a violet. That's it. I bet you there's a technical term like violet or lavender. It's probably a lavender purple. Who knows? It's purple. Anyway. Oh, looks beautiful. And actually, that's it. So sometimes there's postcards and stuff in here, but not this time around. So, yeah. So now I have 2 by A Sound of Thunder. All right, so real quick, I'm going to take a pause and take a look at what I can tell you about the bands real quick. Okay, first off, Sound of Thunder. I probably mentioned this in the previous one, but just for you watching this. They are a traditional metal band formed in 2008. They're in Washington, D.C., which is like right up the road. I'm in Virginia Beach, so 4 hours to D.C. They combine traditional metal, power metal, prog, classic heavy rock for timeless metal anthems. Now, this is their 2014 album. They have an album in 2011, 2013. This album's 2014, live album from this album. 2016, 2018, 2019, and then the one that they sent me in the Metalhead box previously was the 2020 release, Parallel Eternity. And they do have a 2020 CD mini album that is not on a label. So I've got, I guess, their most recent album, Parallel Eternity, and then their 2014. So there's a couple more, 2 more in between there. So yeah, great stuff. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Let's see about the other band. Okay, Mercy are a Swedish heavy doom metal band active in the 80s. And they have 1982, 1984. This is their 1985 release. They have a 1989. And then a release in 2002 and 2003. So they have a little bit of history there. Doesn't say a whole lot else about them. So anyway, this is a 2021 reissue. So yeah. All right, I am interested in checking them out. I'd never heard of them before, even I guess because they're overseas maybe. But, you know, for a band that has this many albums out, I guess maybe they slipped under the radar and I just didn't check them out. But anyway, so yes, I'm going to real briefly pause now and listen and then come back with a few final thoughts. Okay, we're back. So first, let's talk about A Sound of Thunder. Now, of course, like I said, I have an album by them before from a previous Metalhead box. I kind of knew what I was in for, and here it is. It's more of the great same stuff. Like I say, very, you know, powerful female vocalist, melodic, operatic, not operatic at times like Nightwish was, type stuff like that, which was, you know, great. But just belting it out, just a great, you know, metal, power metal. Not always super fast. Some power metal is just a barrage of bass drum, and eventually there's no dynamics, and it just all starts sounding the same to me. Not here, you know. This is just it's good. It tells a story. You know, look at the picture. You know, you're thinking medieval, not medieval. You're thinking fantasy, fantasy storyline, things along that line. Stories, you know, long songs at times. What is it? One of them was like 8 minutes or something. Anyway. Check them out. They got some videos online. But yeah, this is great stuff. This will go good with the other album that I have by them. Now, I threw this on and I wanted to see what kind of doom we're talking about. And I'm telling you, this is right out of the book of Black Sabbath. I mean, even the vocalist at times. It was just perfect. It was just perfect. This is the 80s doom type stuff that I have enjoyed. Sludgy and slow. And then the vocalist at times really sounds like Ozzy. I mean, I'm not as familiar with Candlemass. I've heard some of their stuff, but I can't say that I have enough experience with them to where I could say that I knew what I was expecting when I heard this. But anyway, it was good stuff. Makes me want to, Candlemass has been around for a while, and I know I've got a couple things by them that are newer, but as far as historical stuff and growing up with that wasn't a big thing. So, yeah, interested in checking this out a little further, but this right up the alley of Black Sabbath. It sounds like something right out of the first 2 or 3 albums. Maybe you're familiar with that, but if you're not, Witchburner by Mercy. If you're into the early Black Sabbath stuff, it's great. Anyway, it's tough now because, another successful Metalhead box, which there's been very few that have not been, in my opinion, 2 thumbs up. It's tough, though, when you get good quality stuff like this to where it makes me want to just jump back on and resubscribe to discover more new bands. Who knew that I was missing out on this stuff? We'll see. I'll probably miss it after a month or two. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, it is what it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back. I've got a contest entry to do a little in a few bits. So rock on and rock hard.